Hello, Justin. It is Sunday, September 15th, and we are going to the Mount Angel Oktoberfest. Come with us. So I think a lot of people see the Oktoberfest as an excuse to drink in the beer garden, but really it's a big festival dedicated to, traditionally, the fall harvest. And it's really a family-friendly environment. We brought the kids along with us, and we met my parents here in the center square kind of area. This is a crossroads there in Mount Angel, and they decorate this thing every year, and my wife and I dressed up a little bit. And of course, we heard some traditional German polka music and watched traditional German polka dance. Then we walked up the street a ways to a store where originally had been a blacksmith shop that my grandfather had patronized back in the day and brought all his tools to be fixed and things to be made, and they had all the original blacksmith's tools there all laid out for display. It was very cool to see. It wasn't that long ago this was a working blacksmith shop. And then just a little further up the road, this is the church that my family used to worship at every Sunday. This church is really an anchor in this community. So we moved on up the road to the kindergarten, or the kids section, where they had pony rides and a colossal straw bale maze that the kids just loved. And after that, it was time for some lunch. We headed back down to the food section, which is just chock full of, as you can imagine, all kinds of different foods. Now, if you look at this building in the middle of the street, it says it's a Bavarian nut bar, which could describe my family. After that, we went down to see the vendors. I love this guy who is selling these totally customized and awesome flasks, and of course there were all kinds of other interesting items, some of which are Bavarian or German in nature, and others of which are just kind of crazy and random, like bacon garlic, pickled garlic, and olives. One of my favorite stops was the hat maker here. It had all kinds of traditional and non-traditional German hats, or hats from other parts of the world, and the fun and crazy things to put on your hats to make them festive and hilarious. The sad truth is that my oldest son rocks a hat far better than I do. See for yourself. The most interesting vendor of the day goes to this lady here making a glass elephant using a blowtorch and a couple of tongs. We saw an entire medieval arsenal made of wood and plastic. And people had made some of the most interesting things out of natural substances, like these hops here made into a garland. By then it was time for a snack. My wife chooses well, but she doesn't share. And then it was time for us to bid farewell to this year's festival. And that was a day at the Mount Angel Oktoberfest. So we're back at home, and I wanted to share with you something that I found the other day. My son was invited to check out the Cub Scout pack here locally, which I'm sure doesn't really interest you that much because that wasn't part of your thing growing up. Part of explaining to my son what scouting is all about, I had to go and get all of my old scouting things out of the bucket. In that bucket, along with all of my scouting things, were a bunch of old folders full of school things, one of which was a report titled Book Bags by Mike and Justin. Do you remember this? Because I don't remember this. I didn't remember this at all. Allow me to read you an excerpt. In early January 1991, the students of our middle school were in a period of outrage. Outrage! They couldn't use their beloved book bags anymore. It was at about this point that light was dawning on me that this actually happened and we actually wrote this. This was a math thing we did. This report goes on to detail all of the statistical analysis we did, a survey we did, a study, if you will, about book bags and the atrocities of those book bags being banned in our middle school. Allow me to continue. After finishing this survey, we found that 85% of the 20 students we interviewed used a book bag before they were outlawed. Outlawed! We can say with 90% confidence that 70% to 95% of all students at Highland View used book bags before they were outlawed. We wrote up a survey, and I think we passed it out to 20 of our friends and drew conclusions with bar charts. The sad thing is, we got a B-. I think that was Mrs. Nelson, our math teacher. Gave us a B-. Anyway, I found something in an old box that made me think of you. Heck, with your name on it. It made me laugh. So, that's it from here. I hope you're doing well. Good luck, Godspeed. See you next time.